Apple is still working on that under-display Touch ID reader. So they're not completely committed to the exclusive Face Unlock, Face ID scenario. And this is evidenced because of some of the patent filings that they're working on. There's been tons of rumors about Apple coming back to Touch ID on a modern device. We saw Touch ID make a comeback in the form of the new SE. But of course, people were thinking, what would that look like in a flagship model? What would that look like as a substitute or an alternative to Face Unlock, which is what everyone's using on the Apple flagship stuff right now? Well, in order to protect this aggressive screen-to-body thing that everybody's going for on modern smartphones, it's going to have to be in display. And the rumor there is that Apple just hasn't been satisfied with the technology the way that it is today for in-display unlock. And so they've patented a couple of different versions of their take on in-display fingerprint scanners. And one of those patents, Optical Fingerprint Detection System, details a method of temperature compensation in an apparent effort to combat the effects of temperature on OLED-based systems. This patent describes a method to compensate for differences in temperature between signals. It's obviously very technical stuff in terms of patent filings, but it is some high-profile engineers at Apple that are working on these patents. And I mean, Apple took a slightly different approach even when it came to the Face Unlock with the number of systems that they were able to slam and cram into Face ID in an effort to make it more secure than the optical solutions that were out there just strictly based on image recognition.
Yeah.
Who knows what they want to do with fingerprint? Who knows when they would determine, okay, it's ready for prime time? But I do believe, based on this information and just intuition, my speculation is that they should do something in that space. Because the ultimate scenario is some form of fingerprint unlock in conjunction with a face unlock, in my opinion. And when I do have both versions enabled on other devices, I find myself, depending on the situation, using one or the other. This technology and whatever learning they're going to be able to do through this engineering could lead to a better understanding of how to transmit through OLED panels, which could have an impact on shrinking or making their current notch invisible as well. So there's a lot to be learned here. This could lead not only to Touch ID making its way into future flagship Apple products, but also maybe getting rid of that notch. Exciting times for Apple users. Hopefully they see that sooner than later.